And yes, favorite time of the month, first and third Tuesday, and this is the third Tuesday for Being Brown at Work Live. And for those of you who were with us live a couple of weeks ago, you recognize this beautiful face. And I know a lot of you have downloaded that first session. I've gotten messages of how much it resonated with you. So I know you are probably really ready for part two. So we are not going to hesitate. We're going to dive right in. Reintroduce to some of you. And if you missed the first session, shame on you. You can go catch it. But we're going to introduce you to my guest tonight, who is Ashley Wynn Grimes. Ashley Wynn Grimes, Baltimore, Maryland native, Black female entrepreneur, and a registered nurse for more than 12 years, is the founder of Cannabis Nursing Solutions LLC. She's also the author of Stigmatized in the children's books ACEs Medicine. Did I get it right?
Mhm.
Yes, Ashley's work is dedicated to empowering patients and nursing professionals to make informed wellness choices with impactful educational medical programs that also serve to promote diverse representation and increase resiliency in those she serves. During her impressive career, Ashley has worked in various healthcare settings, including telemetry nursing, quality improvement, and professional development. She is responsible for trailblazing non traditional cannabis patient care programs in Maryland that offer standardized approaches to dispensing cannabis for nursing professionals and children in school settings. Ashley holds a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing and Master's degree in Nurse Education from Towson University. And in 2021, she was chosen for Baltimore's Business Journal Leaders in Healthcare. Ashley also has a certification in professional development and is a certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. Welcome back, Ashley. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. As usual, you do such a good job with the introduction.
Thank you. Well, it's easy when I have phenomenal guests like you with powerful bios like that. And I'm so honored. I mean, for those of you who followed me a lot, you've seen Ashley before. And yes, she was a guest earlier in the year. And I had to have her back because she's only one of two professionals that I've had in Being Brown at Work that focus on the wellness side. Most of my guests were talking about that career and the microaggressions and all those other things, but we have to find ways to manage our stress and to reduce burnout. And Ashley is an expert in that. So, like I said, 2 weeks ago, she dropped a lot of gems. I noticed some of you were like downloading and whatnot. And we might revisit that a little bit, just a little bit, but we're really going to get into solutions today. So, Ashley, if we just would recap, when we talked a couple of weeks ago, I distinctly remember you sharing how we get into this cycle
Mhm.
of burnout and stress. Can you kind of revisit that for some of the people that may have missed it a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, for sure. So everything is always, well, usually it's a triggered response to things.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
we follow the habit loop of following the trigger often. I'm gonna say something a little new and different because I just talked about it with my community, and it's around words and language and how
Mm.
we're constantly getting triggered by even just words and language.
Oh,
And
so true. So true.
yeah, and as soon as we hear certain things or we see certain things or we put ourselves in certain environments, all of a sudden we have to respond a certain way,
Mm.
or should I say react a certain way, because we're not really responding to
Hmm.
happening before us. We're just reacting to what we have already been programmed to do.
Yes.
And so that's true when we have this burnout response as well. When we're looking at the day, we're looking at the next step or whatever it is that we're doing, we are reacting to it in a way that doesn't necessarily serve us. And then we create that habit loop for ourselves. And
Mm.
so I know we're going to talk a lot about human design, and I'm going to go through it with you during this session. But part of the benefit of doing this type of work, or going down this rabbit hole with me, is being self-aware, so that way
Mhm.
you know when you're reacting or responding, so that way you can break some of those patterns.
Yes, yes. And that's what's so key is breaking the patterns. First, being fully aware and
Mhm,
then knowing how to break that pattern. Because I would say, at least I know I can speak for me, and I
mhm,
think I can speak for most of the audience. We just don't know how to do that, right? We're so busy reacting,
mhm,
right? We're more focused on reacting, and we don't really, I mean, we know when it's happening to us, right? But we don't really understand, okay, how can I mitigate the impact? How can I not necessarily react? Or if I have to react, how I do it in a way that's healthy and serves me better.
mhm.
9 times out of 10, it doesn't serve us well, right? So that's the purpose, everyone, of having Ashley on this month of November. And we're going to just dive right in. So, you know what I thought about just now, Ashley, as you were speaking, if I should have been able to set this up such that we could show the picture of human design. Do you think we should try to do that, or just going to step us through it
I'm
verbally?
gonna walk through verbally,
Okay. All
um,
right. Perfect.
and focus on just a few concepts because we don't have a ton of time to go through
Good
everything.
point. True.
Um,
True.
but I will say this about the graph itself or the grid of your human body. There are sections in there that represent different areas of the body. It
Okay.
even goes as far as genetics. So they have something called gene keys in it. Astrology is
Mm.
a big part of it. So there are little symbols in different areas that to refer to. So it really is literally, quite literally, a map of the design of your human design.
And
Uh,
what it helps us do is what, Ashley, because I'm going to put it into chat for
mhm,
everyone can go out and do their own thing.
yeah.
But why would someone go and get this information? What would it help them do?
Literally function on a from a balanced perspective on
Mm.
who you are. So I'll use myself as an example, some of the things that I've done as a result of knowing my own human design and even some of the struggle that comes along with knowing, right? Because once you know,
Uh-huh.
you cannot know. So
Yes.
my environment was actually caves. And I used to have my office flipped the other way where the door was behind me. And when I learned that I actually like closed in snug places that are warm. Very rarely do I now turn on the lights in this office.
Ah,
Very rare. And then I put this curtain up behind me
I
and it's
see the
like
curtain.
I
Yeah.
can reach it. Like, so it's another half of this room here that I literally don't have access to and I can't sense neurologically. So it doesn't overwhelm me and it doesn't overstimulate me.
Wow. Wow. So from this, you set up your environment
Mhm.
such that it allows you to enter into that space in a sense of calmness to
Mhm.
begin with.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. So I'm going to put it in the chat and then you can dive into me. What would be the link if anyone's interested in getting their information?
So my human design chart.com. Hold on, let me make sure I said the right thing.
Okay, no problem. No problem. No
Yes,
problem.
it's myhumandesign.com.
.com. Okay. So I'm going to put that in the chat for everyone. So feel free to go out there, you know, get this information and make some notes as Ashley's right now is going to digest mine because I did it and I sent her the chart and I was joking with her before we came live. I was like, so you just left me hanging. I sent you an email. You didn't respond at all, didn't tell me nothing. So I'm getting it for the first time, everyone live. I'm learning about myself and I've got pen and paper because I'm definitely all about reducing stress and avoiding burnout. So I'm going to
Yes.
turn it over to you.
So one of the things that's interesting is that one of somebody who was watching the last time we did this, she reached out to me and I read her chart too,
Oh, wow. Sweet.
and she happened to be a manifesting generator, and so are you.
Oh, okay. I'm a
Yes,
manifesting generator. All
yes.
right.
And so that is your aura type, and our aura has its own anatomy. So energetically, we express energy from our physical being, our physical body, just from the mass itself, because everything vibrates, and so not every all matter. Even though the tactile experience, we think that that's it, but you can sense like the heat coming from your body. That's part of your
Okay.
aura, and then that usually, I believe, don't quote me, I think goes about 1 to 2. inches out from your body. The second layer is your emotional body, where you know how like you're around somebody and they're mad and it feels really warm and you can tell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
also part of your aura, right?
Okay. Okay.
And on the outer layer, you have almost like the lining, I would like to call it. And that's the part that is different from person to person. And so when we're talking about the manifesting generator, your aura is like a warm hug.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that feels good.
Yes. So, which means
Okay.
you probably attract a lot of different people.
And I do.
Yes.
A wide variety of people.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Because it feels so warm. It feels so comforting. Me, on the other hand, I might attract you and I might repel you. It depends on the day.
Okay. Okay.
um,
Okay.
I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea because I know that that presence doesn't always penetrate. The other thing about my particular aura is that people will tend to project their ideas onto me and they see me
Mm,
as what they want me to be. Whereas you, they'll come in and they'll just kind of want to hang out. It just feels good. It's like mom's house, when they hang out with you.
gotcha.
Um, yeah. And so as a manifesting generator, you have an abundance of energy. Your solar plexus is almost on fire, where you can create and you can tinker and you can build. And like, if you don't go through the day and use your energy, you won't be able to sleep.
Oh my God, that okay, wait. All right, that right there. 'Cause I've been trying to figure out what it is about me, especially if I do nothing in the day, right? That is not comfortable for me. My husband often says, Linda, you just need to just chill, just do, but I always feel like I need to do something,
Hmm.
right? And then when I do whatever it is that something is, I feel so like accomplished or productive. You know what I mean? Rather than, although I just exhausted this weekend, so I couldn't do anything mostly, but my body had just hit that wall. But that explains it because I was thinking, is there something wrong with you, chick? You can't just chill like most people can just chill.
No, not at all. Like, you have to get something done. You have to move your body. You
Do.
have to, like, there has to be something that occurs. Most likely this might not be true, actually. Let me rephrase. So most likely your emotional rhythm is a pretty quick cyclical rhythm.
Hmm.
So when we're talking about emotions, it is a water type energy and it follows a rhythm. Uh,
Okay.
and for those of us who have an emotional authority, we have to rely on our emotions to tell us stuff. So understanding that rhythm becomes very important.
Ah, okay.
But
Okay.
for you as a manifesting generator, most likely that cycle time goes pretty quickly. So
Okay.
if, for example, if I'm assaulted and I feel sad about a thing that occurred, it'll probably take me about 5 to 7 days for me to go through the full rhythm or the cycle to resolving that for myself. For somebody like you, on the other hand, it may take about 72 hours.
Yes. When you say resolving it, where I get over it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so true. Actually, for real, no, for real, that's true. That's true. If somebody assaults or pisses me off, or I feel like I've been assaulted or whatever done wrong, I don't really hold on to it a long time.
Yeah.
I really don't. It'll take me a few days, sometimes two, three, 72, and then I'm on to the next.
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So I mean, but that's really who I am. But let me ask you this, because as soon as you said I was, like a warm hug kind of person, there's a piece of that when you said it that made me think, that might not play to your favor, Linda. And let me explain why.
Hmm.
Because I do attract just about everything, everyone, every type of person. And I'm wondering if that's the reason why I've experienced some of the things I have professionally from a micro macroaggression perspective. It's because of all that energy that comes in.
Yeah.
At 10, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, see. That as soon as you said it, that's what immediately connected with me. I'm like, okay, Linda, feel it's nice to hear, but that's also why
Mhm.
that stuff enters.
Yes. Yes. So, yes, so you'll attract an abundance of energies your way because it feels so comfortable for everyone, but not everybody deserves to be in your space.
Wow. Wow.
And so this is where your inner authority comes in to play
Yeah.
as
Okay.
an emotional solar plexus authority, because it's up to you to discern whether or not people belong in your or in your space working with you, you offering all that energy, because not everybody has access to that. Somebody like me, so if we were to compare your energy with my energy as a projector, your energy is more like you're going on a marathon. You will go and you'll go and you'll go like the Energizer Bunny, whereas I will sprint, probably make it further than you, but then because you keep going, you'll pass me in the long run, right? Because I need to take a break. I've exhausted all my resource and my energy. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of people out here that do not have access to the type of energy as our generators do. And because of that, people become a little envious of it, or they just want to take advantage of it.
Oh my gosh, Ashley. This is so, I can't tell you the amount of like aha moments I'm having right now.
Wow.
Just in what you sharing with me, and we've only been on, well, dang on it, time fly. We've been on 20 minutes. And I mean, but it's so making sense
Yeah.
as I reflect, right? Because I do believe I've experienced both of those where people have taken advantage and jealousy,
Mm,
both.
yeah.
Oh my God. And I'm trying to figure out why, because I'm like, I haven't done anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And most likely the person who is doing that, they probably don't even recognize it
They
themselves.
don't even know.
Yeah. They just know that they just don't, they can't, like, they're trying to get, usually the thought process is, I need to get X done. What are all the ways I can get X done? Because I ain't got it. And so they see you diligently doing whatever it is that you do best, and they say, "Well, she can help me,"
Mm.
right?
Oh, yes.
And depending on the person, right? Because some people have good intentions, or, may be ignorant to their intentions altogether. But there
Uh-huh.
are groups of people who really are malintended, and they'll do
Yeah.
stuff and just take advantage because they know they can.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are people that can just identify those kind of things and just know that they need that resource.
Right.
So,
Right.
um,
Wow.
mhm. So,
Okay. Keep going. Oh
yeah.
my God. This is so good. Keep going.
So it is up to you to use your discernment. The way that you
Okay.
do it is through the consultation of your emotions. In order for you to consult your emotions, you have to know your cycle times, your rhythm. Make sure that you're not reacting off of things that shouldn't, that are outside of your control. So
Okay.
emotional intelligence becomes very important for that reason.
Thank you for connecting that. I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you. Okay.
Yep. So I want to talk about your profile. It's
Okay.
a 1-3. On the conscious side is the 1, which is the investigator. And on the 3 side is your subconscious profile, which is the martyr. And yeah.
Okay. Wait. Just the fact that you said the word. Okay. All right. Keep going. Oh my God. Okay.
So for our conscious side, that's usually what you get access to. Like, this about yourself. Like, that you like to do research on things, and you'll dig
Yeah. I
in.
need data and facts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's me. Yeah. 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 Hmm.
And you'll learn that about yourself first. It still takes a little bit of time to get used to it and really get to know that aspect of you. But on the subconscious side, usually you don't get access to the subconscious side until you've mastered the conscious side of yourself. Subconscious programming, going back to the triggers, going back to things that are habit loops that we're not really aware of. There is that subconscious martyr that plays for you. That's the rebellious side of you. That's the you that's going to point to a pink elephant in a room and try and tell everybody that the pink elephant is there, and everybody else in the room is like, leave us alone because we're busy.
Okay, this is so, so, so true. So true. That is so true. Oh my, Ashley, it's blowing my mind right now. I swear it's blowing my mind. Whew, okay. And do I need to do anything about this martyr subcon? I mean, it just is, right? I mean, that's who I am, right?
It is. And so this is where some of the work comes in. Shadow work comes to play a little bit here, where it may seem like it's a bad thing that you want to point to the elephant in the room, but
Hmm.
somebody has to do it, right? Like
Yeah,
humankind, right? A lot of us want to ignore things. There has to be somebody in the room that acknowledges the reality that nobody
yeah.
else wants to pay attention to. The problem is that you have to wait to respond before you can tell people about the elephant. And so that's where the issue comes in most likely for you, because you get really, really excited. You've done all this research, you discovered the pink elephant in the room, like you done did like analyzed it from head to toe, you know a ton about the elephant. Everybody in the room ignoring it. You like, come on, guys, let's tell it. I want to tell you about the pink elephant. Why aren't you listening about the pink elephant? And everybody
Yes.
ignore you, where really what should happen based on your design is that somebody else in the room actually says, huh, I noticed the pink elephants in the room. And because you've already done all your research, you say, oh, well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me tell you about this pink elephant.
Love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ashley, I can't tell you how much that has happened, and I didn't even I had no I didn't understand, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why nobody else saw the pink elephant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, come on. And then it would frustrate me.
Hmm.
Then it would frustrate me. And then what would happen is when the other person saw the pink elephant, then I'm like, well,
I've been told you about that pink elephant.
and I'm like, so what? You just minimize what? Am I not in the that and then that pisses me off even.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is
So,
crazy. But all along, it's just that I was ahead of the game. It
mhm,
wasn't that people were purposely dismissing me.
mhm.
They truly weren't at that level of connection yet, or visibility, or awareness, or whatever it is.
They
And
weren't
to
ready.
your point, they weren't ready for it, right?
Mhm.
And then to your point, had I known this about myself that I'm learning tonight, and I just waited, and then when whoever, somebody, then I can say, yeah,
Yeah.
and boom, just like you said. Oh my God. Okay, look, for those of you that are joining us live, I swear, you have got to click that link. You got to go do this human design, and then you want to reach out to Ashley. I'm telling you, you want to connect with Ashley, just like one of my guests, or excuse me, one of the people that viewed a couple weeks ago clearly realize the power and of getting this level of awareness, because this is everything.
And I'll tell you, so when I did it with her, when we finished, she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna use this to help me get another job. So now I can describe myself with
Yes,
better and more accurate language."
yes, Ashley. Oh my God. Oh wait, yes. When she's asked questions about different experiences in her career or things on her resume. Oh my God, yes, the power of truly knowing who we are,
Yeah.
which is what this does.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look, y'all, look, Ashley Wynn Grimes, see, no joke. That's why I'm just so honored to know her. Honored to know her. You've got to connect with her. You can find her on LinkedIn. You can find her. You got to connect with her, and you got to go do this human design, and then you got to get in her tribe, and then you got to do everything so that you can walk through your career even more successfully because you are fully aware.
For sure.
Fully aware. And just like Ashley just said, because you guys hear me talk about how critical emotional intelligence is, the foundation of excuse me, that emotional intelligence is foundational to your success. But to her point, once you really know who you are, like she just explained to me about how to consult my emotions, the emotional intelligence is how you do that.
Yeah.
So you see the connection, everyone? Oh my gosh. Okay. Look, we only have a few more. I'm telling you, Ashley, this is everything. This is everything. This is everything. Before we end the session tonight, is there anything else you wanted to point out from the study you did of my design?
Yeah, sure. So one thing that I want you to really take away is that your approach is polarized with yourself. So it's either it is or it isn't. It's black or it's white. I'm over it or I'm not. Like it's just it's very, very polarized. And so on one end, it's clean and it's cut and it's dry. But on the other hand, sometimes you may find yourself at opposition with yourself.
Okay, look, because that's very true. That's very true for me. It is or it isn't for me. It is black and white for me. It is, although I will say to people that there are grays. I mean, I say that, right? Because I know. But in my mind, though, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, and you know that it's gray, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna research it so you can figure out if it's black or it's
It's
white.
a black and white. I'm going to do that. I absolutely am going to do that.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, Ashley, I see Leola Collins, excuse me, joined us on LinkedIn. She says she's going to be connecting with you. She
Oh,
said, I'll be connecting.
oh,
See, yes. Yeah, I know Leola. She's been following me for a while. She attended my first Being conference. And when Leola says she's going to do something, she's going to do it
hey,
because she's all about the work she's doing, the great interpersonal work to really make herself stronger in her career. So you're going to be here from Leola for sure. Ashley, yes. I'm polarizing. Yeah, I realize. I, I, I realize that. And I have to be honest with you. And maybe it's my age, maybe it's what I've been, but I'm okay with that.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
really am. I'm really okay with being polarizing.
Yeah, and so when when it comes to coming into your full expression of self, especially as women when we hit our 40s and 50s, like, how most women in their 40s,
Yes.
they're like, "Hey, this has been the best decade of my life," because you stop
Yes.
thinking about all the things that come along with being in
Exactly.
the world, right? So
Yes.
here you are, you're like, "Look, I noticed that this thing keeps happening. I'm okay," right? And
I'm
so
good. Yeah.
some of it sometimes is that we need to fix something or we need to work on something, and usually is only in contrast to our environment because other people may not appreciate it. And it's
Hmm.
our choice whether or not we want to do it. But some stuff really it just comes with the territory of being
Yes.
with Linda, right? Like
Yes. Yes.
deal with Linda. Linda, she gonna look some stuff up for you.
Yes.
No, and
Yes.
she gonna use up all her energy. She's gonna tinker a bit. She's gonna be observing and she's gonna be trying to be expansive and she's gonna grow things. Like that's just what Linda's gonna do. So why try to fix it if that's how she's been programmed and designed?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Ashley. And there's no need to fix it. And that's what's so important about the work that you do and the amount of knowledge and wisdom you spread and share through the work that you do. Because it is truly about us being fully comfortable with our authentic selves, who
Yeah,
we are. Understand that level and depth of understanding is everything. It's
yeah,
everything. And I am so honored to know you. I thank you so very much for being my guest twice this year and an invaluable guest and sharing such wisdom with my audience. Ashley, it just was everything. And you joined me a few days before Thanksgiving.
I
I
know.
mean, come on, seriously. I mean, most people would have been like, no, Linda. And I'm like, you were just so graceful. You were just so willing to support me, and I don't know that I really have words other than, I deeply appreciate you and thank you so so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so those of you catching it live like Leola, or if you're catching it on the replay, you want to connect with Ashley Wynn Grimes. No, no joke. If you don't believe, go back and listen to these two sessions. Go back in the springtime, so I think it's summertime, and listen to those, and then you'll be like, oh yes, I need her in my life. How do I connect so
Yeah.
that she can help me reduce stress and do so in a very healthy, fully aware way? I mean, to me, it's been everything. I've learned so much, and especially tonight, girl. I don't know. People that engage with me after my sessions tonight, they might be thinking, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I had a hard time dealing with you before and all that energy. Now, now,
Right?
now you got awareness around that energy, girls. Please, can you
Yeah.
go somewhere?
Yes. And look, and all of a sudden things become way more fun. You like everybody annoyed because you got all this energy and
Yeah,
bouncing around. It's like, all
and I'm
right,
like, I'm
let's
having a good time. Yes, so enjoying it. So enjoying it. Hey, Ashley, again, deeply appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll be in touch.
all right.
Believe me.
Bye.
All right, take care now.